And here we have the Inktober books. This is my mom's. She joined
Very late.
very late, yeah. But she still joined.
That's right.
So this is
Shrimp
okay,
now.
fine. Mantis Shrimp's book. And this is before the challenge started, so we're testing
Just playing around.
the pens. I accidentally drew her hand on backwards.
That's right. What were you doing there?
I don't know, I was being stupid. She drew another picture before the challenge started. Because she wanted to. Like, why?
What do you mean, why?
There's
Drawing
no
is
asking
fun.
why. That's just what you do.
Okay, so now the actual challenge. So the first prompt was crystal. So Mantis Shrimp drew a crystal
Crystal pillar.
pillar. I drew a girl in a crystal because I wanted to. And you drew a sugar crystal.
That's right, because diabetes is dangerous.
Yeah, but drawing whatever. And then
Why don't you just turn the pages one at a time?
Yeah.
And then here, Mantis Shrimp drew one of her characters in a suit.
Yep.
And I drew a suit as in like a suit of cards. He's painting the roses red. And you drew Al.
Yes.
Suit of armor.
Suit of armor.
And then the next day was Vessel. Yeah.
And that's the day that I drew out.
Yeah, because it's Full Metal Alchemist Day. And then I drew this because I didn't want to make it the same as Mantis Shrimp. You drew Turnip.
I did, because he was a vessel for the prince.
I thought he was the prince, just turned into something.
Well, the turnip is a vessel for the prince.
No, it's not quite. Well, whatever. Once you read the book, you'll understand.
Okay.
And here, Mantis Shrimp drew hands.
Yeah, because it was it was a string and it's
Yeah.
her knot.
String, yeah. I drew a knot on the top of her hair thing. Yeah. And then I actually almost did this one.
The string walks into a bar.
Yeah.
He's afraid not.
I almost did that one, but then I changed my mind. Here we have Raven. So,
I love that one.
yeah. Mantis Shrimp drew a raven pecking on Tanjiro's head. And then I drew one of my OCs, whose name was Nevar, which is just raven backwards. Not that smart when I was young. And here my mom drew,
A raven.
yep,
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
and then Mantis Shrimp drew a ghost
So cute.
for spirit.
I was kind of feeling like lack of inspiration that day because I wanted to draw something much cooler, but
And I drew a ring wraith because that was Weathertop. And you drew No Face.
Yes. No face is awesome.
And then this is for Fan. Just like, I wanted to do something like this actually, but I didn't because it was Naruto Day.
well, that's just the anniversary of when we started. I decided to wait to
Yeah.
put my Naruto thing on his birthday.
Yeah. So this is me as being a Naruto fan. So, yeah. And you drew you.
Me and my sister-in-law, because we're fans of BTS and we're trying to do the dance. And that was a lot of fun and it was insane.
Yeah.
I like that. It was insane.
It was insane.
And then over here, Mantis Shrimp drew a guy.
Who is that?
It's Luger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very
It
nice.
was for Watch, so he's
His special powers come from his
Watch.
watch. Yeah.
So, yeah. And I drew the characters from Overwatch playing their own game because I wanted to.
So cute.
So that's the one that Snake always plays as, and I always play as Mercy. And Mantis Shrimp plays as Diva.
Or Widowmaker, depending on.
Yeah.
And watching the pot of eggs. Is it going to boil or not?
And over here is Pressure. And
It's not ready to be talked about yet. I haven't gotten to that point in the story yet.
Yeah.
I'm to explain anyway.
yeah, so his arm's supposed to be broken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his arm's supposed to be broken. And then I have Miroku being pressured by the bee. It's gonna like go into his wind tunnel. And then this is the last picture my mom did.
Yeah, this is the last one because I'm still catching up.
Yeah.
But this is just supposed to be women are pressured to do, be, whatever. And it's like, no, you if you follow these things, you don't have to worry about it.
So that's as far as my mom went. And over here we have this pic for Naruto's birthday.
It was picked up by a claw machine.
I would like to catch a Naruto like that. And I chose something depressing. So he has to choose between his parents or Iruka Sensei. Oh yeah, it's like in the movie Road to Ninja.
Yeah, there you go.
And this is for Sour. Drew a lemon.
Great.
Yeah. And I drew sour gummy worms.
Very, very violent picture there.
Yeah, I think it was my day off and, Snake was eating her candy, so I was like, hey! And here we have Stuck.
Nezuko is stuck in the box.
Yeah. Which I actually also drew me being stuck in a box, except it was something else. It was from Castlevania. It glitched and I got stuck in a box that I was supposed to push, so yeah, that was pretty depressing. And here we have this.
Roof. It's the a very poorly written kanji for house in Japanese, and I always thought that it looked like a roof, so that's what helped me remember it.
And then I was feeling very uninspired, so I just drew a guy pointing to the roof saying, "The roof?" Yeah. Over here we had Tick. So,
A pendulum for
Yeah.
a clock.
and then I drew the clock tower from Castlevania, because I think it's one of the hardest parts of the game. So here's me suffering with spikes and other such. And here we have Helmet. And so Mantis Shrimp drew Alphin's helmet from Tales of Arise. And I drew, or it was supposed to be a helmet, but I couldn't find the right picture. It's Tenma's helmet from Seven Souls in the Skull Castle with some blood over here. And then there was Compass.
It's Laphicette's compass from Tales of Berseria.
Yeah.
I drew it pretty poorly, but
And then I drew this guy. His name is Luros. It was because I had this idea for him and I just drew him for the prompt anyway. And his compass is pretty tiny, but I wanted to draw him, so that's what I did. And here we have Inosuke running into a tree. What was the prompt for that day?
collide.
Oh, yeah, collide. So, yeah, that's what Mantis
He's
Shrimp drew.
colliding with the tree.
And I was feeling very uninspired, so I just drew two planets running into each other. And then,
That's a failure. Skip that.
okay. Yeah.
So that's one of my characters. The prompt was Moon, so his name is Lunas, which
Oh, that's Lunas.
yeah.
I didn't see this picture, actually.
Oh, well, there you go. Now you've seen it.
It was nice. I like Lunas.
You like his handsome face.
I like his handsome face, except I thought he was younger. I thought he was cuter. And for Moon, I drew Syx.
It's been a while since I drew Lunas, so Actually, I never drew him in the first place. Never mind.
And I kind of made Sax look like a moon god or something instead of just being a normal person. So, yeah. Well, technically, it was never a normal person.
I was feeling uninspired.
I can tell. I can't read cursive, so I first thought it said love or something.
It's for loop. And it says loop.
I know. And here I drew capital and a time loop. Yeah, it's a little feather down there.
Sprout. You drew yours first, so I followed in suit with the Demon Slayer character and the Sprout.
Yeah. So, here we have Enmu being a sprout and getting stepped on. So, person's saying, "Get off my sprout."
Fuzzy.
What? Is it supposed to be a cat?
It's
Or a
supposed
dog?
to be something that's fuzzy.
It looks like a cat dog something.
It's a something,
It's
as
kind
I
of
said.
hard to tell what it is.
Yeah, well, even I don't know what it is, so
Okay.
just leave it at that.
And I drew a kid with cat ears. And it's probably like a hot summer day or something, and he just got out of the shower with the fan. I think it turned out pretty well.
You just
Yeah,
just
your
keep
book
falling
keeps falling over. And here we have April.
That's another OC from the same story that,
Lou Rose.
yeah.
Yeah, so she's at a cafe. Doing cafe.
She works at a cafe, and the cafe is open. That is why I drew her.
And over here, I drew Ventus holding Sora's heart because they feel like Sora's heart is very open because so many people are in there. Like, what?
There were a lot of days where I didn't have a lot of time to do so I ended up drawing a bunch on the same days so I would feel uninspired, and that was how it was.
So what is this?
It's a test tube leaking on the floor.
Oh, okay. Could have drawn Schrodinger's cat.
I didn't feel like it.
So I didn't really feel that inspired either, so I did a leak of emotions because I was really feeling Xiaohei that day. And there's a smudge.
Extinct. So I drew an extinct fish. This fish we saw at the Iowa Museum of Natural History, and it has haunted me in my nightmares to this day.
I don't remember that.
You were pretty young.
And for extinct, I drew a melon because the dodos chased the melon off the cliff, and therefore the dodos are extinct.
Do you want to explain where that's from?
And it's from Ice Age.
Yeah, there you go. What is this? This is splat, right?
Yeah.
So I drew a splatter sign. Be careful not to be splattered.
And I drew, it's supposed to be a blood puddle on the ground because Snake told me that I could do that and it'd be funny. But it kind of looks like he's dancing.
What was this one for? This one was for
Connect.
Connect, because I thought of Kingdom Hearts, because they always have the reconnect Kingdom Hearts, and so I drew this very sucky Keyblade. It does not look that great.
It looks much better than my Keyblades. I can never draw them straight. They're like curved.
Well, this one is like, it's bending the laws of perspective, so I have no idea what's going on.
And then for Connect, I thought of Unravel 2, in which the two Yarnies are connected. And this is the human forms of the Yarnies. I really need to get better at drawing girls.
And we have Spark. So I drew Shoto from My Hero Academia, getting ready to
Roast a
Toast.
marshmallow.
toast some marshmallows.
And then I drew Leo from Promare with the spark of Promare fire, because, like, yeah, stuff.
Potato chips for crunchy.
And I got some fried shrimp. I was not very inspired that day.
Patch. Not inspired. I had to work all day that morning, so it's just I did it at night in like 2 minutes.
And here I have me in Genshin Impact watching over my crops. And I wrote 2 days left, which was really funny because I actually had 2 days left of Inktober. So, yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, let's turn the page. For Slither.
It's Mar from Nart.
Yes, and this is what happens when you watch White Snake close to watching Naruto, and you just think, hey, look, haha, snakes.
I also drew Mar for Slither. He's got a snake on his shoulder, because I could. I actually colored his hair with 2 different pens, and that was kind of a mistake, because there's very different textures.
Then we have the final prompt was Risk, and it was October 31st, which is Halloween and Wei Ying's birthday, so I, had to draw Wei Ying.
I drew John about to eat some of Wei Ying's cooking. He's kind of like taking the risk by going to eat it. Wei Ying's like cheering him on over here. So, yeah.
There we go.
That's Inktober.
That's it.
Think you'll do this again next year?
Probably.
Okay.
Hopefully. Maybe I'll do better next year. I feel kind of disappointed in all the simple drawings I did this year.
What was your first challenge, so maybe you'll do better next year.